Why does hustling harder feel like running on a treadmill that's slowly catching fire? I wake up at 5 a.m., optimize every minute, grind until midnight, and somehow I'm more behind than ever.
What if I told you the most productive people I know work less than you do?
That's impossible. Success requires sacrifice. Gary Vee said.
Gary Vee also has a team of 30 people. But here's what's interesting. There's actual neuroscience that explains why hustling harder is making you less productive, not more.
Wait, are you saying the entire hustle culture thing is backwards?
I'm saying your brain literally cannot sustain peak performance for 16 hours a day, and pretending it can is why you're exhausted, anxious, and, ironically, less successful. Hustle culture is based on factory logic from the 1900s. More hours equals more widgets, but you're not making widgets.
I'm doing creative work, strategic thinking, problem solving.
Exactly. And your brain doesn't work like a machine. It works more like a smartphone battery.
Oh, so when I push through exhaustion, I'm basically trying to run Photoshop on 5% battery.
And it takes you 3 hours to do what would take 30 minutes on a full charge. But here's where it gets really interesting. Successful people figured this out decades ago.
So while everyone's bragging about 80-hour weeks,
The people actually getting ahead are working smarter, not harder. And the research on this is mind-blowing. MIT researchers found something shocking about how much knowledge workers actually work.
Okay, pause. Before we tell you, what's your guess? Out of 8 hours, how many are truly productive? I'm guessing 5, 6 on a good day.
2.5.
2.5 hours, but I'm at my desk for 12.
Right, but how much of that is real focused work versus pretending to work?
Okay, that's painfully accurate. Wait, am I the only one who just felt personally attacked? Or did everyone else just see themselves too?
Everyone did. That's actually the point. We're all performing busy instead of being productive, but nobody admits it.
I literally posted a grinding at midnight Instagram story last month. For what? Validation from strangers?
The most productive people don't work more hours. They protect their peak hours. Studies show after 4 to 5 hours of deep work, your brain is basically done for complex tasks.
So those 16-hour days are mostly just performance?
Performance, that's killing your actual performance. Key principle, your brain has a daily budget of deep focus. You can't hustle your way to more. Here's what hustle culture doesn't tell you. Your brain does its best work when you're doing nothing.
That sounds like something lazy people say to feel better.
The default mode network, discovered by neuroscientist Marcus Reichel, is when your brain connects dots, solves problems, and generates insights. It only activates during rest.
Wait, so when I feel guilty for taking a walk,
You're literally interrupting your brain's problem-solving process. Stanford Research shows walking increases creative output by 60%.
oh my God, this is why I get my best ideas in the shower. Wait, am I the only one who just nodded along? Or did your brain just go, me too?
Probably everyone did. That's the beauty. We're all wired this way. But hustle culture makes us feel guilty about it.
So we're literally fighting our own biology?
Key principle. Rest isn't the absence of productivity. It's a different kind of productivity your conscious mind can't access. Hustle culture glorifies suffering. No pain, no gain. But chronic stress literally shrinks your prefrontal cortex.
The decision-making part?
And creative thinking, emotional regulation, strategic planning, everything that actually makes you successful. Research from Harvard Business School found that people who take regular breaks are 31% more productive and have 23% fewer health issues.
But every successful person talks about their grind phase.
Survivorship bias. You don't hear from the thousands who ground themselves into dust. And even the successful ones, look closer. They all hit a wall and had to change.
How many of you just checked the time to calculate your real work hours?
Full disclosure, I still catch myself in this trap. Last week I worked until 2 a.m. and felt proud, then was useless for 2 days.
Wait, you don't have this figured out.
That's actually the point. Nobody arrives. We're all just getting better at noticing our patterns. Key principle, sustainability beats intensity every single time.
Oh, Hustle culture isn't about productivity at all, is it?
What are you seeing?
We're not being productive. We're performing productivity. It's all theater.
And worse, we're competing on who can perform exhaustion better.
We're not chasing results. We're chasing exhaustion badges. Hours worked, emails sent, meetings attended. None of that equals actual value created.
You just discovered what Cal Newport calls pseudo-productivity, the confusion of activity with accomplishment.
So peaceful productivity isn't soft. It's actually the smart approach.
It's the only sustainable approach. And here's the beautiful part. It actually feels good. Peaceful productivity has 4 pillars, based on performance science and well-being research.
Okay, a framework. I like that. It feels more solid than just a list of hacks.
First, manage energy, not time. Track when you're naturally sharp versus foggy.
Like actually pay attention to my body's signals?
Revolutionary, right? Do your hardest work during peak hours. Admin during low energy.
So instead of forcing productivity at 3 p.m. when I'm dead, I do email then and save the creative work for when I'm actually alive.
Now you're getting it. Your body knows better than your calendar. Second, protect 2 to 4 hours daily for focused, undistracted work. That's it.
Only 2 to 4 hours?
That's 10 to 20 hours of actual progress per week. More than most people get in 60 hours of hustle.
Anyone else's brain just said must be nice about having protected time?
I bet half of you just thought, this won't work for me. That's exactly the programming we're talking about. Third, rest strategically. Not Netflix scrolling, but active recovery.
So it's strategic rest. That reframes it completely. It's not lazy, it's a tactic.
Exactly. Rest is part of the work, not a reward for work. Walking, creating, connecting, these restore your capacity.
So rest that actually restores instead of numbs?
Yesterday, I caught myself eating lunch at my desk while answering emails. So much for my own framework.
At least you're honest about it.
Fourth, and this is crucial, align your work with what actually matters to you.
But what if I don't know what matters? I've been hustling so long I forgot why I started.
That's what happens when you're too busy performing to think. Start with one question. What would I regret not doing if I had only 1 year left?
I know some of you just thought, but my situation is different.
Because everyone's, literally, is different. That's the point. The principles work regardless of your specific chaos. Here's what this actually looks like daily. Morning. 90 minutes of deep work on your most important project, before checking anything.
Before email, before social media?
Before your brain gets hijacked. Then, take a real break. Walk, breathe, move. Midday. Second deep work block, or collaborative work when energy aligns. Afternoon. Admin, emails, lower energy tasks. Evening. Hard stop. Transition ritual. Actual rest.
This seems too simple, too peaceful.
That's the point. Complexity is often procrastination dressed up as productivity.
Practical application. The 1-week experiment.
Try this for 1 week. Just 1 week.
Okay, what's the experiment?
Work maximum 8 focused hours per day. Take real breaks every 90 minutes. Stop completely by 6 p.m.
But my workload.
Will still be there whether you burn out or not. But I guarantee you'll get more done in 8 focused hours than 12 scattered ones.
The permission moment.
But what if my boss expects...
Your boss expects results, not performance art.
So I have permission to stop pretending.
You're giving yourself permission. And measure different things. Instead of hours worked, track energy levels. Instead of tasks completed, track meaningful progress.
Instead of how tired I am, track how fulfilled I feel.
Now, you're thinking like someone who builds wealth, not someone who just looks wealthy.
Are we being those people who act like they have life figured out?
God, I hope not. We're just sharing patterns we've noticed. Everyone's going to apply this differently.
Final challenge.
Can I be honest? I'm scared of falling behind if I stop hustling.
But what does hustling feel like in your body?
Tight chest, racing thoughts, this constant buzz of anxiety.
And what would peace feel like?
Like finally taking a full breath, having energy left for people I love, Waking up without dread.
That's not
soft.
That's life. Here's the ultimate question. Do you want to burn bright and flame out, or build something that lasts?
When you put it that way, it's obvious. But why is it so hard to choose the second one?
Because hustle culture is loud, and peaceful productivity is quiet. But life is long, and success is better when you're healthy enough to enjoy it.
Look, I know this feels radical. Everything in our culture says work harder, sleep less, hustle more.
But ask yourself, is it actually working? Are you happier, more successful, or just more exhausted?
Start tomorrow. Just try working peacefully for one day. Set boundaries. Take breaks. Focus deeply, then stop completely.
Notice how much you actually accomplish. Notice how you feel.
Because success without peace
isn't success. It's just a different kind of failure with better PR. You can achieve greatly without destroying yourself.
In fact, that's the only way to achieve greatly long term.
What would change?
What would change
if you stopped hustling and started living?